welcome to another amazing episode of the Plain Talks. I'm Houston Adams.
And I'm Nikita Orenzo.
Today we have our amazing guest, Leanne Kraus. Welcome, Leanne.
Hi, thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure.
So, Leanne, tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, I was born in Manenberg, and when I was 2, we moved to Rocklands, and that is where I grew up. I got married, and I have 2 beautiful daughters.
That's
Lovely. So,
So, tell us about like what you're doing right
now.
now.
Well, currently I'm a grade 2 teacher. I graduated in 2009, and yeah, every day is just an adventure with them.
It must be nice working with kids. Do you find it a passion or do you find it as a good thing helping those kids?
Well, it was actually a self-searching journey for me because I didn't know that I was going to end up teaching. The reason why I went into teaching was because of my daughter.
Okay.
Yeah, Thea. She was born with Down syndrome, and I thought if I go into teaching, I would, be able and equipped to help her better.
Wow, that's amazing. Because like lots of people, they like have struggles, but they don't know how to
deal with it.
They don't know how to deal with it, and it's amazing that you went into something so that it doesn't just benefit you, but it benefits
With your
children
child also.
as well. So, how would you find the children like at school? How would you find like teaching as like you for yourself?
Well, teaching is a noble profession, and every day is different with them. Really, every day is different. But the rewards that you get at the end of the day, that I did something, I helped them, or if they come to me and just give me that hug, I know I did something good.
It helps you also in a way. If you're teaching them, you can also learn from small kids nowadays. That it teaches us a lot nowadays. You can learn from them.
Yes, it does actually, because there's a saying that do what you love, and then you won't have to work a day in your life.
Wow. That's so true. So like you were talking about teaching, right? And like how was it to study teaching? Because I know sometimes it's not easy.
Well, going to study, I wasn't like your normal matriculant. I matriculated at Rocklands High in 1996. Yes.
Before I was born.
In 1996, and with my father the only one working, it was difficult to put that burden on them, to go and study. So I got a job at the retail store in town center, and that is where I worked for 4 years. And I got a job opportunity as a credit controller. My dream was actually to be in the financial world. I wanted to be a chartered accountant, and then obviously that plans had to take
Backseat.
yes, and then I started working, and when Zia was born in 2007, she was born with Down syndrome. She had a hole in her heart, and yeah, it came with a lot of complications. And then I actually resigned. I resigned from the place where I was working. I was a credit controller at Attorneys, and then the same day I resigned, gave in my resignation letter. I went to CPUT, where I gave in my application form, and I was accepted, and that is where I,
Persevered,
my career
started, yes.
changed.
So like what led you to like look here today I'm going to resign and I'm going to give in my application? Like what like how did that come about? Because I know some people will be like, no man, I'm not going to do this. Should I do this? Like you have so much things going on in your head, and some people just don't like plan and then do it actually, you know, they plan to do it but they don't do it.
You know, this is actually a conversation I had with God,
Oh.
really. It was difficult because my husband would be the only one working, and this will be full time because they don't offer like part-time
Part-time.
studies. And we both decided that it would be beneficial,
Yes.
and I just went for it.
Wow,
That's amazing. It is. So
You
how
know,
long?
sorry.
You can
You
speak.
know, if you have that faith, it would
It would
really,
help you to
yeah,
push through.
yes, to persevere.
Yeah, yeah. So how long did it take you to study to become a teacher?
Well, it took me 4 years.
4 years.
Yes, it was difficult
Difficult.
in the beginning because here I'm sitting in a lecture room with kids that finished matric the year before, with 18-year-olds, and here I'm like, you know, don't want to give the age.
I'll give that to her.
Yes, but yeah, I actually grew and adapt to the situation. Yeah, and that helped me a lot.
So tell me about how did you I know it's a struggle for you to go study and still have to worry about Zia. How did you persevere through that also?
Oh, well, I had the amazing support of my husband and my late mother. She was the one, she was my pillar of strength during
Tough
that time.
times,
And then, you know, she looked after from baby.
So how important, you were talking about like you had people in your life to help you through things. How important do you think it is for people to be there for each other? Because in our community now, sometimes it's just about myself,
Self,
you know? Like I'm looking out for myself now and that's your thing. If you can't do it, you can't do it.
I think family is very important.
True.
You know, you need that support structure, and that will help you through any situation.
Yes.
Um, situations where it's just about you, I would say that's a bit selfish.
Truly it is.
It's a bit selfish
Yes.
because, you know, we are there to help
Each other, yes.
help each other and help each other up.
Thank you so,
So
much.
much.
Guys, is the end not amazing? Like, I love it right now.
Inspiring already.
So if you want more of her, catch us after the break.
Right. Welcome back from the break, and we still have our guest, Leanne Corral. She was telling us about the inspiring story about her life, how she started to study, and how she worked through, and she's still pushing through her studies.
So and you were talking about how important people are to be there for you, and like you were talking about your child as well, Zia.
Yes.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a bit about like Zia?
Well, Zia's 9 years old. She is just the most adorable human.
Yes.
Really, she shows affection very quickly, and she gets attached to you know, people that actually shows her
Yes.
love
Love,
and compassion.
Lovely.
You know, and she's at school.
Oh,
She-
let's
yes.
go.
She's blossoming. You know, every day it's just a newer. If she gets a newer achievement, and you know, she gets home, she would like, mommy, you know, and
too.
yeah, with writing her name, and she would show you that that's a Z for Zia. You know, and I think I also have a bit of influence with education because
Yeah.
of
With
being a
teaching.
teacher.
It's amazing to see how she went from that syndrome and growing up to be a strong woman now. Like this strong young girl, and she's like, I can see now she's helping herself and everything. It's amazing. Right?
So you were talking about like Zia and things, and how she's like learning and things like that. How do you feel like not just about Zia, but like as children like Zia?
Well, children they are not the same. You can't put them or classify them um, the same. They do learn in different ways, and with Down syndrome, they develop on a different level. Their development is delayed. Like Zia was 2 when she started to walk. So, yeah, and as they grow older, I think the gap actually where you can see the difference between a normal able child uh, is much bigger than a child with a disability.
So you're talking about about all these things that Zia has to face, and I believe that it's not just Zia, but like the family as well. So how does the family cope and things like that?
Well, now it's okay. When she was a baby, I was, I didn't know how to, you know, um,
Handle the situation.
handle the situation because we didn't get counseling or anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I had to do some research, yes, and that is how I equipped myself to deal with the situation in a better way. You know, family, we learn to accept it,
Yes.
Yes.
and because of that acceptance, we could move on.
Forward,
When she was a baby, I was thinking the other day that um, when she was in the pram, it was easier for me to, just hide her because I felt ashamed,
Yeah.
just hide her. But as she grew older,
Yes.
she became aware of her surrounding, and I couldn't hide her anymore.
Yes.
Rearing a child with a disability is sometimes difficult because of the society.
Yes.
Jesus.
Because I think they're not really accepted
Accepted, yeah.
yet because all they see is the disability. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you can go.
Okay. So you were talking about like how Zia, how society doesn't accept it, and I feel like because they're so used to everything being the same that they can't accept difference. So what is your view on this? How do you as a mother feel?
Well, I am very actively involved in the community,
Okay,
and I would like to change that. I would like to change the community's viewpoint because what I want is them to accept it,
Yes.
first of all, but accept them as the person that they are and
for who they are, yes.
for who they are and not their disability,
Disabilities.
Yes.
because if we do that we can tap into their potential.
That's lovely.
So tell us about the community work that you are in right now.
Well, I am currently busy with the DAD Youth Mentoring Program. Yes, I was approached. This is my second year. I was approached, and this also came at a time where I questioned myself, what is your purpose?
Yes.
And this was after the passing of my mom. What is your purpose? What change can you bring? And yeah, it just came to me, and I am actively involved in it because I feel that our youth should be, how can I say, they are facing so many challenges.
Yeah.
And because of the youth, the program, the DAD program, we can help them to, to build their
Their
self-esteem,
self-esteem.
put them on the right path
You
to
got them-
make
yeah.
Yes.
better choices.
Choices.
Yes, I believe that when some people don't see it as like investing in a child, because I believe the reason why people fall into gangsterism and things like that because they don't know they don't have direction, and they don't have like that self-esteem,
Self-esteem.
or they don't have the confidence to
To
say
say
yeah, no.
no.
So like, tell me a bit about this program and how you feel about the program, and
Program.
how you feel about investing in youth.
You know, that investing is the key, because in my classroom, I do this every year. The first day of school, I ask them, what would you like to be?
Mm.
You know, because our kids, I don't think that they dream, they don't have their dreams.
Yeah.
Okay, so just planting that seed and just conscientizing them, reminding them every time, you know, this is your goals. Yes, your goals change, change. Look at me. But you know, just to this is to equip them
With the knowledge.
with better skills, how to handle situations. Yeah.
Thank you so
So
much, Leanne. So guys, as you heard, I believe that Leanne's story is like inspiring
Inspiring and
already.
easy,
Like
oh.
really, I feel like I want more of this. But like we need to take a break
Break.
now. So stay tuned. We'll be back after the break.
Welcome back from the break. We're still tuned in with our amazing guest, Leanne Karau. She was telling about the amazing work with dealing with the community and helping the youth of today. And it's really amazing how to see how she can help the youth today, inspire them and invest in young children to be a better person and to stay away from the streets.
Yes.
It's really amazing.
It is amazing, eh? So Leanne, you were talking about youth, and when I think about youth, I'm now thinking about your two daughters. So like, tell me about the relationship.
Well, my eldest daughter, Zoe, Zoe and Zia, they have a good relationship. I would say a good relationship, because, you know, I can see myself and my sister, how we used to tease each other, and there's a lot of teasing going on in the Kraus household. You know, running up and down, and she just treats her normal, because that is what she is.
Yes. Yes.
She's normal to us. We don't see any disability. We treat her as normal, you know, like
You treat us as one of you.
Yes.
As
Ex-
one family.
like Zoe when she was growing up, and yeah, she do have her moments, but we correct it in a constructive way.
Yeah. Because I believe we can't say like, no, it's a bad relationship, no, it's a good relationship, because children will be children, and we all have that moments where I'm gonna nag because
Yes.
I don't see, I want what you're
Yes.
having and you can't have what I am having.
Oh yes.
Yes, because especially when there's like, I'm older than you, so you can't have this and all this. I totally understand that.
No, I think Zoe, you know, they have a 7-year gap, and I think Zoe is old enough now to understand that there is a difference between them, you know, and that she's the one that should be the role model, and that is what Zoe is to her, you know, just the role model, and she looks up to a Titi.
Yes.
She looks up to a Titi.
So, can I?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
go for it.
I'm thinking about like like how you had to go about things with Zia.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say to other
Parents.
parents that have to go through the almost like the same?
Obstacles.
Obstacles,
How to
yes.
overcome the obstacles. Any words for the parents?
You know, I only found out that Zia had Down syndrome when she was born.
Wow.
Yeah, I was in my late 20s. In my late 20s when, yeah, I had Zia. It came as a shock to me. I didn't know what to do, you know.
It's unexpected.
It was
Yeah.
unexpected. I didn't know of anyone that had a child with Down syndrome. And only afterwards, when I did research, I came into contact with the Down Syndrome Association. And they actually have toy libraries in Mitchell's Plain. I'm not sure of the days when the parents get together, but that also helped me. That was before I went to study. Yeah, so I still had a time with Zia,
Zia.
so I joined up with the toy library. Um, yeah, and I actually just want to drive awareness in Mitchell's Plain.
Yes.
I think with the awareness month coming up, International Down Syndrome Day on the 21st of March, I think that would be a great opportunity for the parents with kids
Disabilities.
with Down syndrome to, come out and just join, and raise awareness.
Yes, lovely. Yes. So I'm just thinking about. I'm sorry. I just keep thinking, and I'm thinking about how important do you think it is for the parent, because you live with a child. How important do you think it is for the parents to actually spend time with their children, not just like Zia, but like as a whole.
Your fa-
Mm.
That's very important, okay, because your child, they model you,
Yes.
okay, because what you do, they're going to show in society, maybe in your house, there will be like
Yes, like, so I'm just thinking now, like, when I was younger, like, I would always, like, if my mom says something, then I say
Yes.
something. If, like, my mom says, Nikita, like, wait, I'm just thinking about this. When Nikita, do you want a sandwich? Nikita, do you want a sandwich?
Yeah.
I want to know, do you want a sandwich? Do you want tomato sauce on?
Yes,
Because, like, if you
yes.
say something, if you say tomato,
They-
I will say tomato. If you say tomato, I will say
they
tomato.
they model you.
Uh,
Yeah, and we need to model good behavior.
Yes.
truly.
We need to model good behavior because we're not rearing our children for yourself.
Self.
You're
Yes.
rearing the child for the society.
Mm. And like the community outside is something else. So we need to have like almost like it's sort of like from the roots. So you have to like the way you plant the
Plant the
seed
seed.
is how you're going to be the fruit.
Yes.
So it's all how it all comes from the house. Mm.
Absolutely.
So, do you have any future goals for yourself or for your family that you want to tell the viewers about?
Yes, I want to further my studies in educational psychology. I feel that there's a great need for it. I see how children struggle at school every day with their learning. So I would really like to help them in that way. Yeah.
Okay. So any last words for our
Yeah,
viewers?
Well, I love this quote. Be the change that you want to see in the world. Change starts with you. So be that change, to change society.
Mm.
It's amazing.
Thank you so much. What day did you say was the national?
International
National-
Down
International.
The International Down Syndrome Day is celebrated on the 21st of March.
21st of March.
Yes, so
Yeah, okay.
So,
Thank you so much, Leanne. It has been a pleasure having you in studio today.
thank you for having me.
it's very inspiring listening to your words and your story that you tell the viewers because they will also get inspired and they will also learn from your story about disabilities and Down syndrome and how you overcome with that obstacles
Yeah.
that you faced.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Guys, don't forget the 29th,
21st.
21st. Sorry,
of
guys, you
March.
see, the 21st of March. Guys, I think it comes to the end of our show today. So for this week, this is all we have. So from me, Nikita Audenser.
And Houston Adams,
And Leandra.
Stay back, guys.
stay about.